Good morning and welcome to this edition of theartofthename.com. Today I'm going to show you how you can benefit from finding, selling, leasing, and dealing in general with local domains. And I'm going to show you a few tools that hopefully will make it easier for you to understand the best ways to market them and to find buyers for your local domains with keywords. So in this example, you can see that I've used Houston Divorce Lawyer. I've also signed in to the Google Keyword Tool, which is what this is. The reason you want to sign in is so that you don't have to enter the CAPTCHA every time you do a search. So signing in gets rid of that, and it also allows you to go over here and click the column for approximately CPC, so you can see what kind of CPC and volume you're dealing with. So without the brackets, it's a broad match, which tells me that roughly 8,100 people globally are looking for Houston Divorce Lawyer, whereas the exact match type-ins for Houston Divorce Lawyer is at 1,000. But the CPC is really high. It's at $19.87. So I'm going to give you some general rules for when to register domain names for local sites or for anything using the Google Keyword Tool. Here's my rules. Over $2 CPC, you're going to require at least this number to be at least 5,000 for exact matches. Over $4, at least 2,500. Over $6, at least 1,000. Over $8, at least 500. And under $2, you're going to need at least a 20,000 number here for exact matches to make it worth you registering this domain name. So we can clearly see with Houston Divorce Lawyer, we have high competition. We've gone over the 100 global monthly searches, the 500 global monthly searches I recommended, and it's got a very high CPC. So this would be a good one to register. So now let's assume the domain HoustonDivorceLawyer.com is available. You would go ahead and register it, and then we'd go on to look at, okay, now we've got the domain name. Now how do we go about selling it? So one of the first things that you could do is you can Google Houston Divorce Lawyer in Google, and you'll find all these people that are listed under Houston Divorce Lawyers, and they're all potential clients and things like that. And it's very easy to find all these guys. It gives you their name, their address, their firm. You can also go after HoustonDivorceLawyers.com, HoustonDivorceAttorney.com, HoustonDivorceAttorneys.com, and any other variations with any other TLDs or CCTLDs, and they would probably be interested in benefiting from it. So the other thing that you can also do, which is kind of interesting, is you can go to a tool called SPYFU, SPYFU.com, and I typed in Houston Divorce Lawyer. As you can see, it tells me the average cost per click is $6.23 to $7.67. It tells me that there are a lot of paid clicks. People are spending on average $11.50 to $24 a month. It tells me that there's 22 advertisers. It tells me the search results for the term and the search volume. And then you can click on any one of these to see the advertisers and their daily spend. And you can see right now at today's date, which is, well, November the 9th, but they're expecting by November the 12th it's going to peak at 22. So you get a copy of that information, and then you get a copy down here of every company that's advertising for it. And this is an unpaid account, so you get this information for free. And if you go over any of these boxes, it tells you where they ranked during that time period and during that month. So this company, HoustonDivorceAttorney.com, Houston-divorceattorney.com, in October ranked number 1 out of the 22 advertisers. That's why they're listed at the top. This one ranked number 2, number 3, so on. You get the point. If you sign up for full membership of this site, spyfu.com, you will get a copy of everybody that's ever advertised Houston Divorce Lawyer, and it'll be hundreds of different companies. It gives you their websites, and then you can go ahead and contact them and say, look, I see you're already buying this term, you're already spending a lot of money on this term. I know you're spending, and if you click any one of these companies, it'll tell you exactly what they are spending for this specific keyword. So while that's going on, I'm going to show you something else. Okay, it's off and running. So it's retrieving the data right now. So it's Houston-divorceattorneys.com. It also gives you a list of all the other keywords that they're advertising. And you can see by clicking over where they rank for those keywords. And if you subscribe to Full Access, it gives you a list of every keyword. And you can also type in any website in here, any competitor's website, and see all the keywords that they're buying through Google AdWords, as well as anything else that you want to see. The other thing that I want to show you about SpyFu is that it also shows you the 22 ads that are currently running, so you can see what they're advertising and you can see who's ranked number one. Obviously, this doesn't look like a pretty good ad. They're just ranking number one because they're buying the position. So that's not really good, but you can see all the other ads and you can write your own ads and you can get some good ideas from it. It also shows you the top 50 Google results for the search term Houston divorce lawyer. And again, you can get contact information for all of these sites and market your domain to them. So that's SpyFu. It's a pretty cool tool. I've been using it for a long time, and it does add a lot of information. The other thing you can do is you can go to a site called findlaw.com, and we'll start at the beginning. So we'll go to Find Lawyer, and then we'll look at Houston because we want to find a lawyer in Houston since that's what we have. And then since we're targeting divorce lawyers, we can target divorce lawyers in Houston. And it gives us this nice, lovely list of all their contact information, their websites, some phone numbers for some of them, and you can see it's a whole list. Let's go to the bottom. There's 35 divorce lawyers buying ads on findlaw.com. Well, it's pretty easy to see that if you had Houston Divorce Lawyer, .com would be a pretty good name for these guys to have, would get them a fair bit of traffic. The reason I'm bringing up Houston Divorce Lawyer is because I currently am leasing a couple of domain names to divorce lawyers and other types of lawyers in different areas for anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000 a month. So there's definitely good revenue in it, and it's definitely something you want to consider. Let's switch over to another tool that will help you find domain names, and this is called Domain Name Analyzer Pro version 6. So I've already run a test here, and you can see some of the domain names that are available. So basically what you do is you can go into this tool, you can go to From Keywords, you can put in all the states like I've done here, and then you can put in the second column any keywords that you want to attach it to, and then it'll build domain names for you, like Alabama Divorce Attorney, Alabama Divorce Attorneys, Alabama Divorce Lawyers, Alabama Divorce Lawyer, and so on. And it'll do that for all 50 states. You'll end up with over 200 matches. And I'm going to hit cancel because I've already done this. And then you can sort of do once you've done that, you can do a check all, and it'll check all of them. And you'll see it shows me for bankruptcies, Arkansas bankruptcies, which is one that I did. So I did bankruptcies with all the states. And it showed me that 32 out of the 50 states are available for bankruptcies. So Missouri bankruptcies are there, Connecticut bankruptcies. These are all decent domain names. They won't pass the Google keyword exact match test, but I know that bankruptcies is a really high term. There's a lot of bankruptcy lawyers out there, and there's a lot of bankruptcy lawyers that would like to get leads from these types of sites. So if I go ahead and I develop out a site called, let's pick any one, Kentucky bankruptcies, and then I can decide to farm out those leads, or a couple of ways. One, I can do lead generation and say, look, you're going to pay me $50 to $100 per lead, or you can advertise on my site, KentuckyBankruptcies.com. You can have exclusive rights to each of it. I set it up with all the counties in the footer so that I can sell ads on each one of the counties. And that way you can, so let's do Florida bankruptcies. I don't know if it's here or not, but so on Florida bankruptcies, we'd have Hillsborough County, and I would go and I'd rent out that spot for $500 to $1,000 to a lawyer. A bankruptcy lawyer, if he gets a couple of clients, 2 or 3 clients, he's made a lot of money. I'm doing it in a couple other industries where they're leasing domains for $2,000, but they're making $10,000 a month in revenue, so they're quite happy with that. So there's no issues. So I'm going to be posting some of these tools at the bottom of this video when you see it. I'm also going to be posting a contract for you to use, a sample contract that'll explain how to lease domain names, and there's all kinds of different tools and tips and tricks that you can see. So you've got the Google AdWords tool, and again, you can do this for any industry, any term, and then check the exact match search. You've got Find Law, and then there's other ones for different industries. You've got SpyFu, which you want to take advantage of. And then you've got the simple, easy stuff that's in Google that lists everybody that's currently advertising for Houston divorce lawyer, and you can see there's 2.3 million results. So you've got quite a bit of work ahead of you. Some of them have West Houston attorney and stuff like that. And then there's others that have nothing related, like CarlSeleski.com, who's based in Houston, specializes in personal injury and litigation and probably law, divorce. So, I mean, there's a lot you can do. So, that's about it for this video. I hope you found it useful, and it's just going to be the first of many media videos that I'm going to be showing you. So go out there, don't overspend on local domains. Start out with 5 or 10, see how the sales go on them, and then once you start to sell 1 or 2 of them, you should do really well. Now, if you're going to sell leads, obviously you're going to make good money. It's going to be consistent money. But if you're going to sell a site, then it's going to be gone, and you're going to have to move on to the next one. So I wouldn't suggest selling these sites for anything less than $2,000 to $2,500. I can tell you that we can easily build you out a site should you want one at nichewebsites.com. Let me get there. And you can see we've done quite a few different sites for lawyers. It's pretty easy for us to do. You slide down to where it says legal. They're about $3.99 a piece. You can sell them for whatever you want to sell them for. Here's our law niche market. You can go to law website design, and you can see some of the examples that we've done. And it's very easy for me to get these ranked based on local terms and based on specialization and things like that. And then we offer different other types of law firm sites. But a $3.99 site will get you what you want. It'll get you indexed. It'll get you to where you need to be. If you know how to run WordPress yourself and you want to install all the plugins and get it done, go ahead and do it yourself. That's fine. But I can have these sites done in about probably 2 days, 2 to 3 days, if you decide you want to build one out. Again, you know how to contact me, adam@dcg.com, or you can also reach out to me at Skype, adam.dicker, or my office number at 905-770-0775. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it provided you with some good information. And make sure you go to the Art of the Domain Name when you're done, and make sure that you hit the little subscribe button up here, input your email address, and hit subscribe, and that way you will get email notifications of any new videos as I put them out daily. And that's about it. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned a little bit about lead generation. I hope you learned that there's a lot of money to be made in lead generation as well as in selling developed sites. And there are ways to get sites ranked. A lot of times, another tip that I'll give you is a lot of times what I've done is I've gone ahead and I've given out some of the leads for free to some of these lawyers just so they can tell I'm not trying to pull their chain. I'm not trying to get them to just buy a site. I actually have legitimate leads coming in that they can turn into clients if they're good sales reps, which hopefully most of them are. And that'll give you another revenue stream. So give away a couple of leads for free first once the site is developed and once you're able to collect leads, and then go from there. Again, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in future videos. Have a great day.